Ghana, it's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News. .3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Prime News. We're broadcasting live from our studio at Adabraka here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up in the bulletin, hundreds flee their homes as land-related communal clashes leave 6 dead and several others injured in Gbeniri in the Sola Tuna Kalba district of the Savannah region. Will be in the district to assess the situation after the IGP led a security team to the community. Also, in this edition of the Citi Prime News, OT Regional Coordinating Council inaugurates 21-member task force as part of efforts to halt the spread of typhoid fever. Still on the Citi Prime News, Bank of Ghana directs public and private institutions to desist from making and receiving payments in foreign currencies. And later we'll bring you another report as part of our series on Akwatia Watch ahead of the by-election on September 2.
He's opened a lot of work. He has businesses that the youth in Akwatia and Bodia are enjoying from. He's employed thousands and thousands of youth.
We went to primaries. They betray in number, but now we get the one we got. We like to attend the primaries.
All that and more coming up on the Citi Prime News, broadcasting live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. The news can also be heard live around the world on citinewsroom.com. In the country, we have our partner stations in the Western region, Premium 100.5 FM, Sky Power 93.5 FM, and Beach 105.5 FM, all in Takrady in the Bono region. We're heard on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. And in the Volta region, we're on Holy 98.5 FM in Aflao.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful to you for your time this afternoon. Let's begin from the troubling situation in the OT region. There is concern over the alarming surge in typhoid cases in that region as authorities say the situation poses a major public health challenge. The Regional Coordinating Council has thus inaugurated a 21-member task force to oversee the general sanitation situation in the region. It will now go over the phone lines and speak to a local reporter in the OT region about the situation. Good afternoon to you for joining us on the Citi Prime News. Tell us about the general sanitation situation in the OT region. We know that typhoid is related to sanitation issues.
Good afternoon. Yeah, as you rightly said, typhoid issues in the OT region is something that authorities have to come in. Looking at the current figure that we had from the Regional Coordinating Directorate, 10,223 is alarming. This morning, we happened to be speaking to the Regional Health Director, who is in the technology, Amokudye. He said the first half 2025, the region recorded 4,417, and then the second quarter of the same year, the region has also recorded 5,816. So the Regional Coordinating Council, together with the Regional Environmental Health Officers, have established a 21-member task force to tackle this typhoid. And then the task force officers will be implementing sanitation programs in the 9 districts here in the Ocho region. They will also be enforcing sanitation bylaws and again give public education. And this is where the officers will be engaging communities members from one district to the another. We've also worked with the riverside or the riverbank of the River Oti here in Dambai, and the pictures that we've gotten and then sending to you this morning is something that authorities have to wake up early. Other than that, we don't know what might happen in the next 3 months or that is the second quarter of this year. It's very, very alarming.
Well, how are the residents reacting to this outbreak, especially following the death of the chief of Dambai?
This is a very big blow to the residents of Dambai, especially when this issue happened to be in the media domain for the past 2 or 3 days now. The people are so much worried. Most of the residents over here are largely dependent on River Oti. This is where people go to fetch the water, used for cooking and other things. Happened to speak to 2 people this morning in the regional capital. Many of them have vowed that buying food from the roadside is something that the sanitation officers have to also be looking at. And then they've also promised that from henceforth they will no more take their food from the roadside, because it is very alarming, because most of them are using same water from the river.
All right, before I let you go, can you please tell us about the security situation in Oti? We know that in recent times there's been some disturbances in that region.
All right, that is when we take you to Nkwanta South District. I can assure you and your team that now the security situation, the tension has come down. The regional minister, together with the regional security task force, are doing their best to calm down the situation. So let's much peace in the Oti region, yes, sir.
Grateful to you. That was a local reporter in the Oti region updating us on the typhoid fever situation. Earlier, we spoke to the regional minister, John Kwadwo Japong. Let's now listen to him.
The first quarter alone has a total of over 10,233 confirmed cases. That is like every 20 people, we have 2 people having typhoid. But the most scaring issue is that after this report, we organized a meeting, and after this report, we asked the health directorate to do a search, and the report they are even giving us now is more scary than before. The first quarter of this year alone has pushed the number from our 10,233,000 to 22,261,000 confirmed cases. And it looks like it is very prevalent in the districts that share the Oti river. You look at Biakuye, the number is high. You go to Krachi, it's very high, and then Krachi West. Wherever this Oti river passes along the borders, the typhoid is very, very high.
You heard the voice of John Kwadwo Japong, the minister for the Oti region. Away from one troubling region to another, because security analyst Richard Kumado has described the security response to the Binyiri land conflict as inadequate, saying it left displaced residents seeking shelter at an overcrowded police station. The dispute, which erupted on Sunday, August 25, in the Sola Tuna Kaba district of the Savannah region, claimed 6 lives and left several others injured. Many residents have since fled to nearby communities for safety. In an interview with Citi News, Richard Kumado called for a clear separation between the humanitarian and security aspects of the crisis, stressing the need for a more decisive response to the security challenges.
There's a security aspect of these things and the humanitarian aspect of it. It is a known knowledge that as a nation, our preparedness towards managing national crisis has been poor, and it's also bad, and it lacks merit. But what is important is that in crises such as this, once the police get to the ground, there are 2 things that become a predominant priority to the police. One is to work in a manner that grants safety compliance. And the next one is to provide security assurances to the people. What the community dwellers have done is to move to Sola predominantly and some other places. Now that the police are there, once they ensure that there's safety for people who got there and within the vicinity, the next is NADMO, and the next is the gender ministry. to ensure that the comfort of the people are taken care of. So I wasn't surprised they said the gender ministry begin to supply food and some other stuff to the people. If we manage our crisis management properly and we are prepared for crises such as this, then you will see a clear distinction between where security comes in and where the humanitarian aspect comes in.
That was security analyst Richard Kumado on the recent disturbances in parts of the Oti region. And let's go to the Oti region now and speak to our regional correspondent, Malik Ghazari. I'm grateful to you, Malik. Good afternoon to you. Yesterday, you were part of the team together with the IGP that toured parts of the region that is currently facing these challenges. What stood out for you yesterday as you walked through some of these communities with the IGP?
Yes, Charles, yesterday, moving with the IGP to the affected areas, in fact, it's really an eyesore. Most of the communities have now turned to ghost towns. There's no one to be able to even speak with. The available or the people who are now living there are the aged, and those that are also with them are their grandchildren and, if possible, their daughter-in-laws who are not taking care of them. And most of those that are very healthy and strong enough, they've all deserted and moved to Solar police station, miles away from where the affected areas are.
Well, now that they've moved to the Solar police station, how are they faring? I mean, we're told that the Red Cross is providing some assistance for them. What about NADMO and other disaster management organizations?
Yes, Red Cross have erected some tents for them with regards to get them not being affected by the rains during this season. NADMO, speaking with the NADMO director yesterday, he also indicated that he is also working hard to provide them with mattresses, caps, plates, and other items to make their stay at the police station or inside the tent very comfortable and conducive.
Well, Malik, what was the IGP's message to the people, and how would you describe the general security situation there?
Yes. The IGP message to the people is that he is calling for calm and asking all the chiefs to withdraw their men, and that they are trained to keep peace and security and to maintain peace and security. So that with regards to that, that's why he's also moving with the GOC of the Northern Command, where they are also working hand in hand to make sure that there is time for them to maintain peace and security within this enclave. And he's also preaching for both sides to smoke peace pipe as peace will prevail within their community.
Okay, Malik, what about essential services? So healthcare, schools, have schools closed down? Healthcare services, are they available to the people?
Currently, with the basic schools, they are currently on recess or vacation. And at Solar Tuna Senior High, the police and military have deployed some security to guide the institution, with Solar Senior High too. And with the health facilities, Benyiri and other affected communities all have chip compounds, and it's alleged that most of the health personnel or the nurses there have also fled from the communities to seek refuge, because they may not know what will happen to them next. So they are not also available at the moment. So all injured persons who are affected by the clash are being transported to either the Solar District Hospital or the Bole District Hospital.
All right, thank you very much, Malik. Malik Ghazari is our Savannah regional correspondent, bringing us up to speed with recent happenings in the Savannah region, recent conflicts related to some parcel of land which has led to some deaths and several injuries. Let's move on away from the Savannah region and go to the Health Ministry. Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has paid a courtesy visit to the Health Ministry to receive briefings on the developments in the sector. The closed-door meeting, according to the Office of the Vice President, focused on matters that will drive growth in the sector. Briefing the media after the engagement with the Vice President, the Health Minister Kwabena Mintah-Akando expressed gratitude and assured that discussions would yield great benefits for the health sector.
I have not heard this before, that a whole vice president will come to the ministry and have a conversation with the minister with respect to development in the health sector. I was so excited. And just for you to know, instead of summoning me to the presidency, he says no, he wants to come here and then have some kind of first-hand briefing and see where we can all get together and pursue the interests of the country. And so we took the opportunity to brief her what we came to meet, what we have done, and what's outstanding.
You had Health Minister Kwabena Mintah-Akando. Meanwhile, the committee set up to investigate the alleged assault at the Ridge Hospital is expected to present its findings to the Health Minister later today. This is still the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. We're live from our studio here in Adabraka, in Accra. In the northern region, we're on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East region, we're on Word 88.3 FM in Zwarungu. And in the Upper West region, we're on Bugli Radio 88.6 FM in Wa. Still ahead of the bulletin, we'll bring you another report as part of our series on Akwetia Watch ahead of that by-election on September 2. Stay with us, we'll be back shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Experience Ghana like never before. Celebrate the very best of made in Ghana products and services at the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. From beautifully crafted traditional items to cutting-edge local innovations, this two-day fair will showcase Ghana's finest, from SMEs, startups, research hubs, manufacturers to proudly homegrown brands across every sector. And that's not all. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. It's Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025 at 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. It's going to be at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. Now for enquiries or registration, call 0205-973-973. This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. This is the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let us now focus on Akwetia. Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Mustapha Gbande, has warned that any perpetrator of violence at the upcoming Akwetia by-election will be met squarely. The Akwetia by-election, scheduled for September 2, 2025, is expected to be a heated contest between the two major parties, the NDC and the New Patriotic Party. Speaking during his campaign tour of the Akwetia constituency, Mustafa Gbande stressed that while the NDC does not condone violence, it will not hesitate to respond if attacked.
We will not initiate any violence, and I can assure you that there will be no chaos because the NDC is not a violent party. But if anyone comes here on September 2 with violence, they will be dealt with. The NPP and NDC have coexisted peacefully in Akwetia over the years, and nobody will come from Accra to disrupt that with violence.
Nobody will come from Accra with violence. But I will show you that violence begets violence.
Those of us leading the NDC may be religious, but we are different in nature.
Let us encourage the people to vote for our candidates.
The voice of Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande. The NDC again has expressed confidence in securing a win in the upcoming by-election. In an interview on Face to Face on Channel 1 TV, the NDC National Chairman, Johnson Esidu Nketia, dismissed claims that Akwetia is an NPP stronghold.
Why was it necessary for us to file candidates in all 276 constituencies during the elections if we didn't want to win? So we filed, and there were constituencies which may be more difficult to win. But we had candidates there. We had candidates in Bantama, we had candidates in Manshia, we had candidates in all those difficult places. So that argument cannot hold water. If we actually file candidates in some of our most difficult constituencies during the main election, and you are now going to argue that Akwetia is an MPP, which it is not. Nobody can convince me that Akwetia is MPP seat. Akwetia is one of the swing seats, and it has been swinging since 1992.
So you stand a good chance, and that's why you are going for it.
Precisely.
National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esidu Nketia, speaking with Umaru Sanda on Channel 1 TV's face-to-face program. Still on the Akwetia by-election, the candidate for the Liberal Party of Ghana, Patrick Owusu, is denying a report that he has withdrawn from the race. This contradicts pronouncements by the General Secretary of the LPG, Jerry Owusu, who announced the party's decision to withdraw from the contest out of respect for the late Akwetia MP, Ernest Yaokumi. Patrick Owusu, however, insists that he is prepared and ready for the polls. Meanwhile, I visited the Akwetia constituency to assess preparations and filed this report. On September 2, the nation's focus will be here in the Akwetia constituency in the eastern region, as the people of Akwetia and the other towns within the constituency will be electing a new member of parliament to represent them following the untimely demise of Ernest Kumi, the man who had been representing Akwetia in parliament since he won that election in 2024. But unfortunately, he passed away in July last month. Today, my focus is on the key personalities in this election from the NPP side and from the NDC side. From the NDC side, you have lawyer Bernard Bediako, and then from the NPP, you have Solomon Kwame Asumadu. We'll be looking at the dynamics of this upcoming election. We'll be engaging the electorates, what they are looking for in the qualities of a new member of parliament, what their aspirations are, and who these two key personalities are representing coming into this very election on September 2. How long have you lived in Akwetia?
Born and bred in Bodia, schooled in Bodia, so I've lived my life in Bodia.
You have selected Solomon Asumadu to represent the NPP in that by-election. Who is Solomon Asumadu?
Solomon is a brother, a friend. He also born and bred in Akwetia, Bodia. He's a native of Bodia. not only from Bodia, also from Akwetia. You understand? He's schooled here in Bodia. He's opened a lot of work. He has businesses that the youth in Akwetia and Bodia are enjoying from. He's employed thousands and thousands of youth of Akwetia Bodia. Not only Akwetia Bodia, the whole constituency.
So I have here with me the chairman who will speak to us on behalf of the NDC.
We are preparing for the election. We went to primaries. They be three in number, but now we get the one we got. We like to attend the primary. So now we are towards lawyer Bediako as a parliamentary candidate for the Bodia as a constituency, as a NDC parliamentary candidate for Bodia constituency.
Well, there are two major candidates from the two major political parties. Are not the only candidates for this election. We're told that there's a candidate for the Liberal Party of Ghana and for the Action People's Party. However, the candidate for Action People's Party, David Ankuma, has been disqualified from the polls, and he is very pissed about it. He's even threatening to seek a court injunction on this upcoming by-election on September 2. Eventually, Omo disqualify Omo, and what action Ben Omo take since then?
Say yenim say Ghana Emran ye di adwuma na court nso wo ho say Omo de atentrene.
Because we believe in the rule of law, our lawyers have filed a suit at the High Court seeking an injunction on the election. The case will be heard on August 28. All we seek is justice.
If
the court does not grant the injunction the Action People's Party's candidate David Ankuma is seeking, then on Tuesday, September 2, the people of Akwetia constituency will have the opportunity to select from the NPP's Solomon Asumedum, the NDC's Bernard Bediako as the next member of parliament for the Akwetia constituency.
Well, I filed that report from Akwetia. Stay with us for comprehensive coverage of that by-election. Join us on Akwetia Watch every weekday at 3 p.m. on Channel 1 TV and here on Citi 97.3 FM for in-depth analysis and constituency updates. Let's now move to the NPP. The party has welcomed the conviction secured by the Ghana Police Service against 8 suspects linked to the violence during the Ablekuma North election rerun. In a statement, the Ghana Police Service says the men pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy and assault in connection with the violent attacks during the July 11 parliamentary rerun. The court has scheduled Friday, August 29 for the sentencing of the convicts. Reacting to the development, NPP Deputy General Secretary Haruna Mohammed commended the police for pursuing the case.
Well, this is welcoming. We have consistently made the point that the police is doing this activity in secrecy, that we cannot trust the police in terms of that particular work. Yesterday, they issued a statement and they signed, which I must applaud the police service for such an act. What is missing here is that they have refused to publish the faces of those persons. We need to see and confirm the names that have been listed in the release so that we can know that, oh, this is actually the guys, because we know them. They should publish their faces so that we would know. They can do all these things because we didn't even know that they were going to court. None of the media houses were there in court to even see or confirm. But they have started on a very good note. But they should give us more detail. We need their pictures. So it is something we will commend them, but they need to do more to win our trust.
That was the NPP's Deputy General Secretary, Alhaji Haruna Mohammed. Now, the Bank of Ghana has reminded the public that unlicensed or unauthorized foreign exchange transactions, including black market dealings, pricing, quoting, advertising, issuing receipts, and making or receiving payments in foreign currencies are strictly prohibited under the Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723. In a statement issued today, the central bank directed both public and private institutions, as well as individuals engaged in such practices, to cease immediately. The bank emphasized that the Ghana cedi remains the only legal tender in Ghana. The statement also clarified that foreign exchange invoices may only be issued to expatriates or non-residents with proceeds required to be paid into a foreign exchange account with a licensed bank. Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studios in Adabraka, here in Accra. For more news, log on to citinewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City973. Channel One TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that